Queensland has just shaken things up, and if you've ever pictured yourself living under endless blue skies, this might be the moment you've been waiting for. The state has rolled out its updated visa requirements for 2025-26, and they're not just minor tweaks. For plenty of skilled workers, international students, and tradespeople, this could be the shortcut you didn't think existed. The beauty of this update is that it puts Queensland in the spotlight as one of the most welcoming states for people who want to turn short-term work or study into something permanent. Instead of feeling like you're stuck in visa limbo, the new rules create a clearer, faster path to residency. Migration paperwork usually feels like decoding symbols without a Rosetta Stone. But don't stress. I'm here to explain all the legal talk, and by the end, you'll know exactly what's changed, why it matters, and whether Queensland is basically rolling out the welcome mat with your name on it. So, let's get into it. The big shift in Queensland's priorities. Queensland has made it very obvious what it wants this year. People who can build stuff. Yes, trades and construction workers are now the stars of the show. Forget glamorous office jobs for a second. If you can lay bricks, run wiring, fix plumbing, or design structures, Queensland is rolling out the welcome mat. The state has infrastructure projects going everywhere, housing shortages that aren't fixing themselves, and a population that keeps growing. They need buildings, houses, and roads. And to do that, they need skilled workers who can pick up tools and get the job done. If you're in construction, this is your moment. If you're not, don't worry. Other jobs are still on the list, but construction is getting the loudest applause right now. The brand new occupation list. Queensland's new occupation list is still being finalized, but here's the main headline. Building and construction jobs are at the top. Think carpenters, electricians, plumbers, civil engineers, project managers, site supervisors, and just about anyone else who helps turn piles of dirt into actual buildings. The state basically said, we need homes, we need infrastructure, and we need them now. So, if you've got skills in this space, you've gone from being just another applicant to being a highly sought-after worker. This doesn't mean teachers, nurses, or IT professionals are out. It just means that, for now, Queensland's eyes are locked on construction, like a kid eyeing the last piece of cake at a party. A dedicated onshore pathway for construction workers. Here's where things get really exciting. For the first time, Queensland has created a dedicated onshore pathway just for people in building and construction. Translation. If you're already in Queensland, swinging hammers, managing sites, or designing buildings, there's now a special track for you to get a state nomination. This is massive because it takes away a lot of the uncertainty. Instead of competing with everyone in every occupation, you now have a lane carved out just for your industry. And the bonus? It makes it easier and faster to get that nomination for a skilled visa. So, if you're an international student who studied construction, a temporary worker already doing shifts on a site, or even a subcontractor running your own small jobs, this new pathway is basically Queensland saying, you're exactly who we want. Stick around. Casual work finally counts. This is a big relief for a lot of people. For years, international students and temporary workers complained that their casual hours didn't count towards migration requirements. Well, Queensland has finally listened. Now, as long as your casual work meets the minimum hours and is in your nominated occupation, it will count. That means those weekend shifts, late-night jobs, and all the extra hours you've been slogging through on a casual basis will finally get you somewhere. Your effort is no longer invisible. So if you've been stacking up casual work, thinking it's useless for your migration journey, surprise, it's now valuable. Self-employed tradespeople, you're in. Another massive update is that self-employed workers are now eligible. This is huge for subcontractors, sole traders, and independent trades. In the past, the system often ignored self-employed people unless they were running big companies with payrolls. But now, if you can show evidence of your work, like contracts, invoices, or tax records, you can still qualify for state nomination. That means all the carpenters running their own small businesses, the electricians doing contract jobs, and the builders who've been hustling as independents now have a shot. It's Queensland acknowledging the reality of the construction industry. Not everyone works as a direct employee, but the work is just as important. The application process made easier. This update is more about paperwork than power tools, but it's still a big win. Queensland has simplified the application process. Here's the key difference. You don't need to lodge a brand new expression of interest if you already have one in Skill Select. Instead, you'll just submit a registration of interest directly to Migration Queensland. This is a small but powerful tweak. It means less waiting around, less duplication, and a much smoother system. Queensland can quickly scan through applicants and identify those who fit their needs, rather than making everyone jump through endless hoops. For you, it means fewer headaches and a faster chance of getting picked. The work experience requirements. Of course, nothing in migration is ever a complete freebie. Queensland still wants to see that you've got recent, hands-on work experience in your field. Here's what you'll need for the 190 Skilled Nominated Visa. At least 9 months of onshore experience in your nominated occupation, and yes, that needs to be at least 20 hours per week. For the 491 Skilled Work Regional Visa, 6 months of onshore experience, also at 20 hours or more per week. This isn't Queensland being mean, but actually logical. They just want proof that you're already working in the state, settled into the workforce, and contributing to the economy. It's a way of making sure they're nominating people who genuinely plan to stay and help out long term. If you've been doing that, then congrats. You're already ticking the box. What does all this mean for you? If you're already in Queensland, these changes are almost like the state rolling out a red carpet for you. Work experience is easier to prove. Casual jobs count, and even self-employment is now recognized. That opens the door for thousands of people who might have been excluded before. If you're overseas, the message is still clear. Queensland wants workers, especially in construction. If you're thinking of studying in Australia, construction-related courses suddenly look a whole lot more attractive. And if you're sitting on the fence, unsure whether it's worth applying, this is your sign that the door is wide open. The bigger picture. These changes also say a lot about where Australia's migration program is heading. States are no longer just looking for generic, skilled workers. They're tailoring their lists to solve immediate problems. For Queensland, that problem is a construction shortage. It wouldn't be surprising if other states follow the same approach, creating dedicated pathways for their biggest shortages. So, what you're seeing in Queensland might actually be a preview of what's coming nationwide. That's why staying on top of these updates matters. Today, it's construction in Queensland. Tomorrow, it could be healthcare in South Australia or IT in Victoria. Construction workers are now in the spotlight. The state's message is loud and clear. Help build Queensland, and you'll have a real shot at building your own life here too.